Hey, what's up, buddy? You came to see the new plane? Hmm? Yeah, yeah, I know, working on Sundays. Yeah, at least the weather is nice, right? Eh, yeah, what? He, he's not even listening to me. Dude? Hello, Simmers. Welcome to KDCA Washington National Airport by Zuriki Design for this review of the DC6 by PMDG on Xbox. Yes, you heard it. PMDG and Xbox in the same sentence. Isn't that already crazy? Let's go check this old lady. So we will start with the interior. If the cockpit is intimidating the first time you get into it, with all the gadgets and stuff everywhere, you will see that PMDG has done everything to make pilots of all levels feel at ease, and it's quite an achievement. Also, I would definitely recommend that you watch their tutorial series on PMDG YouTube channel because it will help you and you will learn a lot to fly the DC-6. Personally, with 6 hours of flying the DC-6, I'm still learning. There is so much to learn with this plane, and we will talk about this a bit later. As you can see, there is also a cabin modeled in detail with accurate seating arrangement and even an overhead compartment. And having the complexity of this aircraft in mind, I really don't know why the A310 by Indie Builds on Xbox doesn't have a full cabin. But anyway, let's go back to the cockpit. The cockpit of the PMDG DC-6 is highly detailed. The rendering and textures are amazing anywhere you look. Even when you zoom at the maximum level, it's still decent. This level of details I think was never seen before on a complex aircraft of this size. And on top of that, 98% of the buttons and switches and instruments are functional and provide a very realistic flight experience. I know it's not of the taste of everyone, but I really like the use of those quality flattened textures here and there inside the plane. I think it's a great idea. Even if it's not something new in the sim, it gives a realistic look and it saves memory at the same time, which is critical on Xbox. There is a lot of animated stuff in the cockpit, like the armrest and the tablet that you can move up and down, even if it's a bit tricky. And speaking of tricky, guys, I've tried with the controller only in this plane, and let's be honest, it's a pain. It's so much faster and easier with the mouse. I'm using a mouse since the release of the sim on Xbox, so I never really paid attention, but I've seen some comments on this and the DC-6, and yeah, I will not recommend to fly the DC-6 with controller only. And honestly, you can find a cheap Bluetooth mouse on Amazon or anywhere you fancy, and it works perfectly on Xbox. So let's take a few moments to have a look at the night lighting. You have different options to choose before red and normal light, but I think the red is fantastic, but it's up to the taste of everyone. You can see from the outside, you can see the interior of the plane. It's not just an image that was put on the windows. It's the actual model. That's really good, right? Let's take a few more moments to have a look at the cockpit. So you will see on the tablet there's a lot of options. Yeah, you have an automatic brightness on this tablet, but you can also, of course, choose the brightness you want. The textures are, as I said, very good. And yeah, if you have a look also on the panel on the left, here you have all the circuit breakers, and they are all working. If you turn off, I don't know, for example, the cabin light, it will not be working anymore. So if you put realistic failures, you might have something to check here. It's just to give you an idea of the level of simulation we have in this plane. You can see also this door is a bit edgy and blurry. I think we have the right to be a bit picky when you spend 60 euros or dollars for a plane. And I'm not sure that's something that will be looked into by PMDG. I think the overall definition of the plane is amazing. There is just a few bits here and there that are a bit lower in quality. There are so many things to say about the cockpit and the plane that we could stay here for an hour and we won't see everything. So let's keep moving and let's go to the exterior of the DC-6, and it's on par with the interior. The DC-6 PMDG model is highly accurate and detailed. Each rivet panel being faithfully represented. The aircraft textures are of good quality, with some low resolution part here and there, as you will see. Nothing really too bad. But again, for 60 euros, we can pick some details here and there, right? The model also features functional animation, as we are now used to with all the planes, like opening doors, cargo holds, and stairs. And of course, the landing gears is accurately represented, and so are the engines with their exhaust coming out. And there's also a couple of features, such as the old tank, because yes, you will have to manage engine oil if you choose to fly with the realistic setting that you can select with the tablet. So I would say that the only negative note would be the animation of the propellers. We have seen a lot better on other aircraft. The animation is a bit funny. Let's talk a minute about the sound design, because yes, even here, PMDG went into all the details, from the doors locking to the brakes squeaking, the aircraft's engine roaring to life with a convincing rumble. All the various clicks and whirs of the cockpit instruments are accurately recreated, and the artificial flight engineer who speaks in the cockpit going through the checklist, that's a very nice detail that add even more immersion. And that's the whole history of simulation, right? I'll leave you a couple of seconds to enjoy the sounds. And we can move on to the flight dynamics. And here again, PMDG job is amazing, making the DC-6 a joy to fly. So you got to remember that we are talking about an old grandma that was flying in the 40s and the 50s, and that you cannot compare to what we are used to in a modern airliner. You're not going to pull off an insane takeoff out of it. You got to show some respect if you want the plane to respect you in return. So, okay, you may not have all the fancy bells and whistles of the modern airliners when you buy the DC-6, but you cannot beat the feeling of the raw power and nostalgia that comes with flying this vintage bird. The DC-6 is more at ease cruising than it is at low altitude, and believe me, I'm still struggling to land it perfectly. Of course, the aircraft flight characteristics are also affected by various factors such as weather conditions and weight distribution, as we can expect on the complex aircraft. And with such a complex plane, what I like is the learning curve. When you buy the DC-6, you know that you will still learn something after dozens of hours. So yeah, you need to invest some time in the learning process for the aircraft systems and procedures before you can fly it proficiently. And before jumping on the conclusion, let's have a quick word on the performance. It's going to be quick because once more, I think Wathem airplane seems completely fine on Xbox. The Antonov, the Osprey, and now the DC-6. I don't know about the F-22 because I didn't bought it. I will, that's for sure. But this big old plane flies perfectly. You can start on a big third-party add-on airport without any issue and without any frame drop. And we need before the end to talk about deliveries, because there is absolutely none on Xbox right now. Okay, this PMDG livery is beautiful, but that's a shame, really. So PMDG said that they tried to think about everything possible to bring them back, but for free. But the only solution they found was to put all of them in a pack for €5 or whatever is your currency. So I hope it will come soon, because honestly, that's my biggest complaint with this Xbox version. So, overall, is it worth it to spend €60 or dollars for this plane? In my opinion, yes, absolutely. It's a blast. The PMDG DC-6 on Microsoft Flight Simulator is a highly detailed and realistic simulation of a classic airliner. The attention to detail is insane from what we have seen on Xbox so far. The flight dynamics, the sound design, and all the additional features make it an exceptional addition to any virtual hangar. I just regret that there is no in-sim checklist like we are used to, because it's a great way to learn a plane on your own. And of course, it's a shame that it doesn't come with any liveries on Xbox. But if you are looking to impress your virtual passengers with this retro airplane, this is for you. Whether you are a fan of classic airliner or simply looking for a new aircraft to explore the skies, so just make sure to put your pilot sunglasses and your leather jacket to complete the look with this aircraft. Alright, that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching this review. I hope you will have a great time in the sim. Happy flying. See you soon. Bye bye.